Oh, it's going to be recorded.
Is that okay?
That's fine.
It goes on the website. We'll give you a little business profile here. So.
Sure.
Anytime, Angela.
Okay. My first question is, I noticed that in your gym, you've got Hispanic sombrero over here, a sun over here, Tahiti section over there, beautiful lights over here. So who made these things, or what made you the idea of having everything mixed?
Well, Zumba is a Latin-based dance class. Most of the music is Latin. So I wanted to bring in some of the Latin, which is the sombreros, but I also love to decorate tropical. And we live in the Northwest, and so we need like palm trees and warm things and fuzzy feeling things. So I wanted to create both of those environments. And that's how I came up with that. Don't you love it?
Behind you, did you make that, or did someone give it to you?
No, I got it in an estate sale in Portland. All of the huge palm trees. And they're fabulous. They're not real, obviously, but
they look so real to me.
I know, they are. They do look real. I love them.
My other question, there's so many questions.
Go ahead.
My next question is, what made you decide to become a Zumba instructor, and how long did it take you to become one?
Well, I took Zumba in the gym at 24 Hour Fitness for a couple years as a student, and my friends were just encouraging me to teach it. You should teach it. And I'm like, wow, that's a big commitment. I didn't know if I could have the time to teach it. I have 5 kids, and so I didn't know if it was something that I wanted to do, but I loved to dance, and I loved going. You know, I would go, and just for that hour, I could not worry about anything else, just dance and let go of my worries, let go of my stress, and just feel like a teenager again. So I decided to get licensed to teach it, and it's very easy to get licensed. It's just a day training. You just pay them a little bit of money, and you can get licensed to teach it. And then, you know, it is a really time-consuming job, though. You practice choreography. You spend a lot of time marketing your business if you are self-employed, like I am. Or you can teach in the gyms and just go clock in and be an employee and get paid per hour or whatever. But which I did for the first year that I taught. I taught in about 5 different gyms in the area. And I was kind of crazy. There was more than one day where I would like get in my car and drive to halfway to the wrong gym and be like, oh my gosh, where am I going? And have to, because I was like going so many different places, you know. And, but I loved what I was doing, and you just inspire people so much. It changes people from the inside out, and that's what I love most about it. You know, their spirit and their attitude starts changing, and then they start shrinking. And that brings on a whole other level of change. And you also create friendships with people, and I love that too. And, you know, it's just such a positive environment. So I taught in the gyms for about a year, and then I went into a community center, a Grange, and rented that space out and just taught my own classes. And I've been just really blessed, you know, with a lot of great students, and my business just flourished. And I think it's because I love what I do, and I try and bring 150% to every class that I teach, whether, you know, it's 9 o'clock in the morning or 6 o'clock at night, or it's the 10th class I've taught that week. It's a special hour for at least one person in that class. You know, I really think that God brings everyone who's going to come through the door tonight is meant to be here, in my eyes and in my heart. And I think God just uses me and the studio and the environment in Zumba to help change lives.
I have another question. Has anyone who's new to Zumba, has anyone struggled with a move, and you're still doing your thing? And
yes.
Now, what would you say to them? Probably not right then and there, but maybe after class. Has anyone ever come up to you and said, "I don't want to do this anymore. It's too stressful. I don't know the moves"?
No.
Has anyone ever done that? And the ones that have been struggling, what do you say to them?
Well, if I see someone struggling, then I'll go up to them. I'll try and catch. I always talk to the new people because I love them. I mean, I love them all, but
so
you know.
Sweet.
Oh, absolutely. I want everyone to feel successful, but it usually takes people 2 or 3 classes. I actually didn't like my first class because I was the same way as most people are. I was like, oh my gosh, this is a lot of stuff to know. And I am kind of a perfectionist sometimes, so I wanted to like get it down the first time, which is ridiculously impossible. And so I always just try and let people know that it's just good that you're here, that you're moving and that you're smiling. I always tell people, just as long as you're moving and smiling, that's all that matters. You don't have to do it like me. Even if you have the moves down, you can put your own style into it. You don't have to do it just like me. And I mess up all the time. In fact, my class I taught today, in the middle of class, I said, I hope you guys like that I keep messing up today because, I'm walking the walk today. I tell you guys you can mess up and it's fine, and I'm walking the walk because, it's just dancing. That's what's cool about it,
Has anyone in your Zumba class been my size and then shrunk?
Absolutely. Oh, there's a before and after picture out there of a woman who is over 400 pounds. And I don't know what she's down to now, I'm not quite sure. I don't really keep track of those kind of things, but that's what she's been doing is for her exercise. Of course, it is just a piece of the pie. There's the whole, what you're eating is 85% of losing weight. But, you've got to find something that you love to do for your aerobic exercise. And then lifting weights, too, turns your body, it flips on a switch to burn fat. That's a whole other segment for your fitness.
I have another question.
Documentary.
Is that, do you know about how many calories that you burn within an hour of Zumba?
Most people, an average student burns about 800.
800? I thought it was 500.
5 to 800. But I have people who wear the body bugs.
Oh,
and I'll ask them, how much did you burn today? And, obviously it's going to be dependent on what energy you have, or if you're a beginner versus, you've been coming a long time so you know the moves and you can really work it, versus if you just started coming, you're a little bit more focused on getting the moves down. But most people say about 800 calories. And I don't even know how many I burn because I move really big because I know the moves. And so I put out a lot of energy. I bet I burn over 1,000.
Yeah, I think you do. My other question is, what was the smallest group you've ever taught, and what's the biggest group you've ever taught?
One person. I've taught more than one person more than one time. Not in my space, but in like the smaller gyms that I've taught at, when they just started a class. And, that was a little uncomfortable, but still fun because it was very intimate, obviously. And if they're like, I like that song, let's do it again. Okay. Where in a normal class environment, you can't do that because you'd be pleasing lots of people. You know what I mean? The biggest class I've taught, that's really hard to say because I do a lot of times where I'll go out in the community and do the walk or the warm-up for a heart walk. So there'll be a large amount of people. But in a confined space like here, we had 140 people in here for the grand opening party a couple weeks ago.
Oh my gosh.
I know. The energy is amazing when there's a lot of people. I mean, I love teaching whether it's 10 people or 150. It doesn't matter to me. But the energy with 150 people is crazy. It's really fun. And one of my favorite things is to, when I'm teaching and I look at the crowd and the whole crowd is moving the same direction, I just want to cry sometimes. My heart wants to burst out of my chest because I feel so proud and so blessed that I get to do something that I love and that everyone is smiling, and it doesn't get better than that.
So another question is, do you have other places that you do this at? Is there something in Portland that you are thinking about doing in the future, or is this just the only one here?
This is the only place I teach here. When I worked for 24-Hour Fitness, I would go to Portland because you can sub in any 24-Hour Fitness if you're a 24-Hour Fitness employee. But no, this is just my business. This is my sole income. I'm single. I don't even have a husband's income, so this is all I do. And I love it.
I can tell you do.
Good.
It's very
I'm
beautiful
glad.
here. And what made you
Thanks.
decide to have a nice little stage area over there?
Well, obviously people can see your feet better when you are teaching on a stage. And the place the Grange I was talking about that I rented out, that was about 3 feet. And all the time people were saying, I can't see your feet, I can't see your feet. Of course, there's, 90 people in the room. And so, it'd be hard. So when I built the stage, I had it built at 4 feet high. And the first night I taught on it, I felt like the jolly green giant looking down at everybody, you know? But now it's totally fine, and I'm just grateful that everyone can see me and everyone's happy, because that's the most important thing.
Does anything fall when you're jumping and 100 people who are jumping? Does like anything fall from there?
No, the stage is not attached to that wall
Oh.
that has the stuff up there.
Okay.
So it's a separate kind of a thing, and you know, the stage doesn't move around or anything. And people get up and dance with me up on the stage.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, that's another favorite thing of my of what I do, because I've had a lot of people say, you know, that is on my bucket list to get up and dance with you. And that means a lot to me, that would be on someone's bucket list. And or I'll have people say, oh, I could never get up there and dance with you. And a few months later, they're up there dancing with me, because that's what it does for your self-confidence.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And the environment that I try and create here and this community that we have is so inclusive and so friendly that they don't feel like they're going to get like ridiculed, or, I mean, of course not. Everyone's going to cheer. After all the songs, people like, woo, clap and cheer for each other. I mean, it is so much fun. It is a little different here than in a gym.
I've noticed
it's
that.
special.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, this place is amazing, and
Thank you.
I would love to come sometime when
Oh,
I'm
I'd
more
love to have
prepared,
you.
and
Yeah.
I would like to do a Zumba class with you.
I would love to have you come.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
Good job.